A very good morning, people. How are you doing? We are blessed to have you part of the show. This is Arise, where I come to bring to you a guest to talk about so many things. Could be concerning the youth and the public out there. You shouldn't miss out this segment because it's here to inform us, give us information about so many things. And today our topic of discussion is quite different, unique, but if you're youth out there, and also adults, I mean, you can be beneficial for this segment. Before I unleash for you what we're going to talk about, let me introduce to you my guest in studio, the usual suspect, Alice Kansime. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Julie Mirona.
You can say hello to the viewer.
Thank you so much, Julie, and thank you so much, viewers, for always tuning in into this program, Arise, and always listening to what we're saying and sharing with us your feedback. And we're excited that this time round, you're also going to love the show because we talk about things that concern us as young people.
Absolutely. So today on the show, we have an amazing topic of discussion where we're going to drill too much in, and we're going to dig deeper and find out the problem, how we can solve it, how does it come about. For the youth who is seated there watching the show, I know you're going to benefit from this today's episode. And we're going to tackle substance use and addiction among the youth. You know, we've heard of mental health, how the youth out there are struggling, and then they don't know what to do. How does it come about? And then parents, they don't know how to handle their people or the youth that they have in the family. So Alice is here to educate us more about substance use and addiction among the youth. And let me begin by asking you, what are the most common substances used by the youth today, and what factors contribute to their popularity? How does it become popular? I mean, how do they even get to know? Where do they get there? I mean, tell us about those common substances that the youth use nowadays.
Thank you so much, Julie. The youth use everything that even adults are using. It includes alcohol, real alcohol. I remember there was a time when there were boveras of 100 shillings. Just 100 shillings you are able to get alcohol, locally made, moreover.
Okay.
Locally made. Then even this one that they locally brew from Matoke, people are able to get it very, very cheaply because even people make it at home.
But you can
and
imagine,
there are no regulations.
No, we see adverts saying 18 and above. I mean,
that is the expensive alcohol that is even bottled. These other ones which they even sell in boveras, those ones even a child can just walk into a shop and access. But the rules are there, but in implementation, anybody is able to access.
Okay. And
they use marijuana, they use cocaine. Now the modern ones are using shisha. And they're even expensive to get. You know,
it's too weird about shisha. It is found in those most expensive bars.
Very true.
I don't know why the government doesn't regulate it, and the youth take it like as if it's normal. It's a new normal, and
it is as simple as taking cigarettes.
And it is expensive.
It's very expensive.
Okay.
So we even wonder where the children are getting the money from to be able to afford it. Because if you also see those sticks of marijuana that they take, some of them are really expensive. And nowadays, when you talk of access, they are so wise that they can even put them in cookies. Have you had people packing, going to school, and they pack them in cookies, in bread, in...
Trust me,
basically,
I had a conversation from one of my friends and was telling me that her previous workplace, she had a friend who had spent most of her time in US.
Right.
And then she came back and joined them. So she used to have eats and mainly biscuits. So there's one time when she came and stole one of her biscuits before she got asked. She went into coma. She almost died.
Exactly.
And they warned her from eating what that girl really has.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's all over the place.
It was a sad story, really.
They are in bars. As in a bar, you can... Recently, a prominent girl just passed on. Did you see that story?
I did, but they are still making investigations.
They're still making investigations, and
alcohol,
amongst some of the things,
anything.
I think they mentioned that she was she was sometimes used to use drugs.
Yes.
Where would they get the drugs from? She was in a bar, for heaven's sake. And look at marijuana. People are planting it behind in the gardens. And when you see even the ladies that sell it, they sell it like in banana leaves, and it's cheap.
You might not know what
You
someone
might not
is
even
taking.
know what someone is seeking, because they also have sweets, they also have orbits, they have bubble gum, they have other things there, but they also have it. And they know their suppliers know where to find them and at what time they're going to be there.
What brings to their popularity? How do the youth get to know all these types? They even have names, by the way, that you don't know. Yeah, you can hear them maybe call nkoko or something of the sort. You might not know, you think someone is mentioning chicken, yet it is something different. Which factors lead to their popularity in Uganda today?
You know, because it's not something that is acceptable in society and everyone is talking against it. So that is why
it's the other way.
Exactly.
Okay.
They do it hiddenly. And it's by the way, very many parents struggle to know or identify that my child is taking drugs, because it's not something that you can easily identify, because they hide it. Where they buy it is hidden, how they buy it is hidden. Everything is done in a very secretive manner.
And also, I think lifestyle. Mainly the children that go maybe gather with friends in clubs, parties, like your age mates. You gather somewhere for a party or house party, and then they get to be introduced to so many behaviors, and they get to adopt slowly by slowly, I think. Well, thank you so much. How does social environment influence substances? The use of substances among the youth?
Social environment is very, very paramount, because it's where the children, the youth spend a big percentage of their time. They are with themselves as young people. If you've noticed, the previous generations, children used to be outgoing, they used to be in public, but these kind of youth, they want to have their own time without adults, uninterfered. They love secretive places. They love their own space. They call it our own space, you know. They love not to be interrupted. They love to be secreto. They have their own, it's their own slangs, their own groups, their own places where they meet, you know. And even when they are taking them, they are in dark places. Have you seen some children who take drugs? They don't have light. We are now in studio and everywhere is so bright, but their places are dark. They are black. You know, so everything is really done in
because
a
they know
very...
they are doing something they don't.
Yes, they know it. But the environment, it doesn't allow them to. No parent would sit in a comfortable place and they are aware that their child is on drugs and they are not mad about it. Okay. So the children do it in a very hidden places.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Let's try to find out the primary reasons that young people experiment with substances.
Wonderful. Most of it is peer pressure. My friends are doing it, why can't I do it? Okay. You don't even know like how they got introduced to it, but they are doing it.
You join the vibe.
You also join the vibe. Bandwagon. I also want to be like my friends. Then also, if you see this generation of young people, they are really so stressed. They don't know how to manage lifestyle. They can't manage. They are so depressed. They can't manage hard situations. And so they imagine that the world is so stressed. They need to get off the stress. So they need to get high.
Okay, and parents have abandoned them.
Yes, and the parents are so busy. The children are on TV. They are watching social media left, right, and center. And what is social media bringing to them? All the icons that are great, that we look up to, they are using drugs. That's what they are seeing. So they are also influenced. I also want to be like Michael Jackson. Hey, they told us Michael Jackson before he goes for a show, he does some of them are not even true. I want to be like Puff Daddy. You know, these are the things they are seeing. So they also get influenced. And they also want to get, you know, because that is the impression the world gives them is that for someone to be great, They have to use substances.
You have to be a certain type of person.
That's how you become a celebrity. And when you're high, you know, it feels good.
Yeah.
No, they think it is cool life.
Okay.
But it's not. The consequences are really grave.
Thank you so much, Alice. How do peer pressure and the desire for social acceptance impact substance use among the youth?
Wonderful question. Everyone wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be accepted. Everyone wants to feel welcome and part of society. So sometimes when the negative energy is more, you also want to feel part. You want to be accepted by your friends. And all of them are taking. So what will you end up doing?
You copy.
You copy. Exactly. So when peer pressure is a lot, and the peer pressure is not guided, because we have a generation of very busy parents, and yet these children don't have alternatives. If you're saying no to substances, you must provide an alternative that should keep them busy. You can't say no drugs, no drugs. So what do you want them to do? So there should be an alternative that is constructive. But we're supposed to provide an alternative. The parents, we are busy running around looking for money left, right. As long as I pay school fees and I put you in a good school, I have done my role as a parent. We are absent.
I've seen youth after school or after university, they try trekking long distances looking for jobs. They can't find employment, so the government has also abandoned them.
Exactly.
And
so the parents are very busy. They are absent in their lives. The only people who are present are their fellow young people who are also struggling to find their identity in life. The government is not, the initiatives of government are not enough to be able to involve everybody. They're even for the privileged. They're even for those who are already at a certain level. Few beneficiaries. So the bigger percentage of young people end up finding their way in life and sometimes fall into such circumstances.
Okay, let us now dive into something health.
Yes.
So what are the short-term and long-term effects of substance use on the physical and mental health of a young individual?
Wow, very good question. Short term is that you will always be in conflict. Or if it is school, you will always be falling out with teachers and the administration, and you're not doing, yes, you're violent.
You can't keep friends.
You can't keep friends. You don't even keep promises. Then you also have to be stealing a few things to be able to get drugs, because if you've been using them, you can't stay without them. So they will even sell a book. They will even sell their mathematics, even their calculator. They have to get the drug because they really feel they are addicted to it. So you find all those antisocial behaviors. They tell lies to be able to get something, because they can't tell you directly, give me 5,000 to Uganda. So they will tell lies. They will end up selling things. They segregate. They are antisocial. They can't be together with others like comfortably. They're easily irritated. Anything small, they explode.
I know, I've read about that, by the way, about people who take drugs. They are short-tempered.
Anything small just takes them out of their camp. They explode with emotion.
They have no time to,
contain themselves.
And reconcile.
Then the long-term effect is that you can get cardiovascular diseases, that they affect your heart, affect your mind. We've seen people who have even run mad, practically run mad. Yes, real madness, like they're on the road, they're naked, they're walking and talking to themselves. Then you can never be responsible. You're just an outcast of society. So imagine a wonderful life that is just lost, and no one can trust you, no one can employ you.
Poor, a person who is rich, they spend a lot and they don't earn.
Yes. So, and you are not a role model to anyone. So everyone will reject you. Society makes you an outcast automatically. So you end up even getting worse and worse. And people die. People have died of taking an overdose of drugs because you feel you want, the urge is so strong and so huge, and you want more and you want more. So you can't regulate. There is no amount that this is amount that is regulated. No. So they end up taking overdose and people have even died.
Thank you so much. Still on the same note, how can substance use impact academic performance and future opportunities for the youth?
Wonderful. That the impact is direct. You can't even concentrate when you're studying.
In class?
Yes, you can't concentrate in class. You can't even sit in one place. You can't, because you're always uneasy, you're always tensed up, you're always scared, you're worried maybe they'll find out. You have to take them in hidden places. You have to go behind maybe the toilets to hide and take, you know. The way you take them, how you take them, where you get them from, everything is so secretive. Even I think when they have the drugs, because they know it's not allowed, they are hiding them. So such a person cannot be at ease, cannot concentrate fully, cannot even pass their exams. And even when it's time, how will you manage to wake up on time when you have a substance in you? You know?
Thank you so much, Alice. Let's talk about the signs of addiction. What are some of the early signs that a young person may be struggling with substance, like striking signs that you can see that this young person is really struggling with substance addiction or something? Very
good. And the striking ones is what we talked about. The irritability is so high. Anything small, maybe the cup was here and you come and take away their cup, they can just explode. So their response is a bit out of proportion. They are easily irritable. They explode.
As if you've done something
out of emotion, yes.
But, so but we also have people that have such a character.
But these ones, at least, if you start seeing these kinds of behaviors, if they are very irritable, then also their social life is incapacitated. They don't like being with people. They love being isolated by themselves. Yes, they disassociate, they discompany themselves from others. Then also, they love dark places. They love to be alone and isolated. If it's in a bedroom, he wants to close and lock, or she. They don't want you to just wake up and maybe you don't knock and just enter. You have to first, then they first clear the room and what. So all those things, when you start saying these things, then they don't like to bathe, comb their hair. You know, they look a little raggy and haggard. If you see them, they never keep promises. Someone tells you, so because they want the drug there, and then they can sell anything and do anything to get money, to be able to get the drug. So when you see unexplained behavior, things get lost easily.
You have to be cautious.
Exactly.
All right, thank you so much. How can friends and family recognize when someone needs help?
How can
friends and family recognize that this person really needs help?
So when you see these kinds of behaviors, come on and be friendly.
But some of them have a problem. Once you come, you become a good friend or come so near to them, they tend not to, give you audience. They are very cautious. Why is this one so close to me? They'll keep on pushing you away. That is their problem.
Very true. But now remember, you want to help. And you've already identified there's a problem. So the best way is to love them now. Accept them the way they are. Come close. Try to understand them. Step into their shoes. Will they be receptive, really? You're trying to get them.
Okay.
Yes, so that's the only way. Sometimes love is the best way. And love conquers so many things. When you love people, they feel accepted. And slowly, that's how they can come and get helped.
Wow, that's so amazing. Now, let's look at the prevention strategies. We want now to solve the issue after talking about it. And we want to know, what role do schools play in educating students about the risks of substance use and addiction?
Very good. Very, very good. Schools have a very big role. because the biggest part of their time is in school.
Yes.
So that's where the schools have a big role to play. Remember,
Sorry.
sorry about that. Schools know the ones who are taking them. It is in schools that you get people who sneak them in.
Okay.
It is in schools that people are using them. So these very young people should be the ones to see the disadvantages and be the ambassadors of being able to tell their peers the disadvantages of using these drugs.
Okay.
They should look among it. I'm sure there will be someone expelled.
Okay. And put strict rules.
Exactly.
That govern the school and the students themselves.
Exactly.
Okay.
Put things in place. Make the young people be prefects for themselves. Let them look out for themselves.
Okay.
Who is bringing the drugs? They know their circles. They will tell you who brings. They will tell you who sells. They will tell you who uses. They even have their gangos. They know this gango is for this one is for this one. So young people should be the ones at the forefront of being able to fight this, because they are the ones who sneak it in, they are the ones who consume it, and they are the ones who should fight against it.
Wow, that's very beautiful.
So the school is supposed to give them that environment that is supportive for them to fight.
Okay. But there is this kind of bully. They found you with drugs, and then you being expelled, and then if just being punished, and then you come back to class, the kind of bullying. How do you fit in society? How do you fit in your fellow students after being caught, you know, smuggling or, you know, bringing drugs to school? It's kind of tormenting. It has a way it pushes back someone to do something.
Let me give you an example. URA wants to collect taxes. Do you know what they have done? They put a waiver. They said, if you know you have not yet paid your tax, if you come and pay the principal, we are going to waive away all this remaining profit that are accumulated. Only pay your tax and we remove the interest.
Okay.
What are they doing? They are attracting people to come and be taxpayers and be eligible.
Yes.
So even the school, to attract people to come out, you have to form strategies that support them. If I came out and said, I have been using drugs, but I want to stop, the school should support you and give you that environment and protect you and be like, if you come out, we are going to give you an incentive. Like, they're not going to chase you out. Maybe they can say in this 1 month, if you come out and surrender and accept and tell us there is grace period for people. After this 1 month, if we get you expulsion, you will see.
All right. I've seen even the same narrative being used by governments on rebels.
Exactly.
Surrender, come out and surrender. We're going to give you shelter.
Amnesty.
Yes. Something of the sort. Well, that's beautiful. Let's try to go to coping mechanism now. What healthier alternative and coping mechanism can be encouraged to reduce substance among the youth?
Excellent. When you say don't, then say do. If you don't use drugs, give us an alternative. And the alternative here is what we are saying, the vocational skills training. Young people have very many skills. They can do so much. They can do salon. They can do mechanical things. They can do welding. There is so much that the skills that they can, vocational skills, like to keep them busy, to keep them occupied. Because you know, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Yes. So let's keep them busy in things that are constructive, that develop their skills. Let them identify what they are good at. Someone could be good at videography, art, music. Let them push them into their gifts, nurture their gifts before, so that they are busy doing something constructive.
That's beautiful. As we're trying to end our show, I never wanted to end it minus asking you this question. What barriers do youth face when seeking help for substance use issues, something of the sort? And then how can these barriers be overcome?
Yeah. Obviously, sometimes when you come out and speak, You might be segregated. Have you seen people come out and declare they have HIV? Sometimes they use it against them.
Yes.
Yes. So you prepare that when I come out and talk, they will attack me, but it is okay. I will have overcome the
Yes.
challenge that I'm going through, and it's for the better.
And I've seen very many celebrities come out and declare.
Wonderful.
And they are given a good reception.
They're even given Nobel Awards for declaring. We are all celebrating File Bongole retire. Why? There is even a day, World AIDS Day, on World AIDS Day, 1st of December. The whole of Uganda is full of songs of File Bongole retire in honor of him coming out and talking about it. So let's encourage young people.
Even in use of substances, we've seen
Exactly.
Jackie Chandilu. Those are the people I was
Wonderful.
talking about. And then Cute Kaye, they are all
very
musicians.
nice. Yes.
They came out and admitted that they've been using substances. They accepted they had gone wrong, and now they are teaching society and the youth.
Those are great
that it's not
icons.
good.
They should be celebrated. They should be encouraged. They should be taken to schools. They should be pushed and supported by government so that they can support even those ones who are still in initial stages to also come out.
Wow. It's been a very nice conversation. I thank
you.
you so much for honoring
Thank
my
you.
invitation.
Yes.
And I hope even people out there who are watching the show, they've actually picked out something. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, and it's always a pleasure being here. Yes.
Arise is the name of the show. My name is Judy. I'm grateful you've been part of the show. Let's link up again next time. Be blessed.